Welcome everyone to the first crypto podcast session today. And we are here with Alex, Binesh and Natalia. And great to see you guys for CryptoNite Club. So let's start the event. I'd like to introduce our guest, Alex Binesh, the founder of Metacraft.pro, and Natalia Diacov. How are you guys? How is it going?
Thank you for having us. We're very happy to see you guys today.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Yeah, and nice to see you guys again, and nice to see your community again.
Yes, I hope you're doing well and having a great day. So let's start the event. So first of all, please give us introduction about yourself and your experience in crypto, blockchain, and other skills.
Yes, my background is coming from the marketing side. I have experience in different industries like IT, blockchain, VR, gaming, telecommunication. Now I'm specializing on non-fungible tokens, NFT, gaming, VR, and AI as a community growth manager.
Awesome, great. Alex, can you please tell about the Metacraft.pro and what's the story behind the building Metacraft.pro?
Yeah, so Metacraft has been basically in development for over a year now. We started last year, and the idea has evolved, and it's become a very sophisticated platform. So we're basically a marketplace, NFT marketplace, but not just a marketplace. We have a DAO platform, we have crowdfunding platform, and we're also integrated with games, Metaverse, and we've got and we've evolved sort of into a launch pad for a number of INOs, and we've created partnerships with a number of gaming guilds and gaming development shops. And we are basically defining ourselves into more than just a marketplace and more of a Shopify, as opposed to, let's say, OpenSea, which is sort of like the Amazon, which is everything to everyone. But we've become a platform where we can actually create a sophisticated package, which includes a marketplace and Metaverse and gaming and AI and DAO, and all of those features could be packaged very quickly for any client. And that's sort of the direction we're going at this point. And we have a very mature product at this point. We're very close. We're just waiting for the market conditions to change, because as everyone knows, this is not an optimum time for IDOs or TGEs or even MVPs. So we're basically continuing to develop our business model as well as our platform in the meantime.
That's amazing. It's really great to know. So now let's move to the podcast episode. So Alex and Natalia, please, let's continue the podcast. So I have a few topic and questions to ask you guys. So what about your opinion on the current market? Can you please explain?
Yeah, sure. Before we start, I would like to also do a short introduction about our project. So we are the first, which I want to emphasize, we are first NFT DApp-based platform, which is decentralized, which support multiple chains and tokens, and it allows projects to trade NFT in their own native tokens. So currently we operate on Polygon, Metis, Binance Smart Chain. We also will be deploying on other chains soon, like Solana. What makes us different than other marketplaces, which is very important now in these marketing conditions, that we support very inexpensive minting and batch minting in particular, which is around 3,000 on Metis and 90, I believe, on both Polygon and Binance Smart Chain. So we acquire a lot of users by working with big projects like Engine Starter, for example, on both our Launchpad and NFT trading platform.
Amazing.
Yeah, as
Thank
Alex
you.
mentioned, we also have a DAO and we have our own crowdfunding platform called MetaStart, with the ability to import and export NFTs into our marketplace.
Awesome. Thank you, Natalia. Alex, what do you think about the current market? Can you please explain?
Yeah, so I mean, the market seems to be impacted by some outside factors not related to crypto. Most of them, some of them are. I mean, for example, you have the war, you have the inflation in many Western countries, you have the interest rate hikes in the U.S., and then there were some irregularities in the crypto market as well. So that sort of damaged the confidence in the market. We are expecting that the market is going to bounce back, is stabilized. I think the worst, is behind us because with the U.S. announcement of the interest rate hike, the damage was absorbed, and Bitcoin, for example, didn't really fall too much, and it's stabilized. So we're just watching the market, but we think that the market is on an upswing, and we will soon, see the bull market return. And in the meantime, we at Metacraft are preparing for that eventuality. We've done quite a bit of work, and we're ready to go.
Great. So as a founder of a crypto project, how did you and your team make decisions for the progress of your project during this bear market time?
Well, you see, we are actually getting quite a bit of interest in terms of investment, even in this market. We're getting a number of partnerships with a number of launch pads. So we've had 2 confirmed partnerships. We're about to do IDOs on 2 launch pad. One is PlayPad, and the other is the Genesis Shard. And we've got a few other ones in the pipeline. We've had a number of third parties that have shown interest in the project. So we're quite optimistic about the project because we're not just a white paper. We've actually developed a platform. And in the meantime, we are using the opportunity to develop additional features, to test the platform further, and to stabilize and to consolidate. So this is sort of a blessing in disguise, because when we come out of the gate, we're going to be in a much better position. We're going to have a much more solid product, and also a much more solid business model. As I mentioned, we are basically redefining the role of our platform. Not only do we integrate with Metaverse and gaming and so on, but we're also creating a Shopify model where we're onboarding a number of communities. Today, for example, we have a tentative agreement with a community with over 1 million active members. So we're going to have a lot of traffic coming on our platform, and we're basically preparing for when the market is back to normal, and we think that we're going to be in a great position. And the decisions are basically at this point are to wait out the bear market, and but in the meantime, improve and enhance our platform.
So what is your opinion about new crypto project startups and who are going to launch their project in a next times or in coming soon time?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, there are a lot of great ideas that are coming out. There's a lot of quite sophisticated business models that have come out. I mean, we have a keen interest at Metacraft in VR and AR and artificial intelligence. And we're seeing a sort of a marriage of all of those, coming together with NFTs, with marketplace. For example, we're creating agreements with partners where we're going to have an active role to play in their very sophisticated games that are AI driven, and our NFT marketplace and NFT creation platform and Metaverse play a role in that. So there are some great ideas that are coming out. I mean, blockchain is maturing on its own as well. There are people finding, new use cases, and there are additional ideas and tools. Like I said, AR, for example, is something that's quite interesting. So there's a lot of new ideas that are coming together, and some of these companies that are coming out with their tokens in the market, they actually do have a very valid business model. So and now, of course, the market is moving very quickly. So ideas come and go. Some of them survive, some don't. But we think that we're at a cusp of sort of a quantum leap in the market, where we're going to see a lot of ideas come together, sort of like how the internet market, .com 20 years ago started maturing. So that's the way we see the market developing in startups.
Thank you. So as you have 20 plus experience in telecommunication and much more experience in blockchain, so how do you make this experience for Metacraft.pro?
Well, the blockchain technology is very much similar to telecommunication, because you have nodes and you have networks and you have communities and ecosystem. So they're very similar, and the technology and the underlying technology, is really the same. The same coding languages, the same design considerations, and so on. So given that a lot of the ideas that are coming out now are really not that new, like artificial intelligence is not that new, VR is not that new, AR is not even that new, because AR has always been around, in military equipment and so on. So a lot of these ideas have also been in the telecom industry, with streaming, with games, and with high availability, failover, and so on. So they're very similar. So we see that a lot of other talent from outside of the blockchain is also coming in, because blockchain is maturing, and there's a lot of youth and there's a lot of enthusiasm has been in the blockchain, but there hasn't been the depth. So we see that with people with similar experiences and skill sets from other industries can add a lot of value to the industry by bringing in a new approach and a sort of a structured way of creating projects and also taking it to the market.
That's amazing. Thank you, Alex. Now let's move on to Natalia, and I have some questions, Natalia.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. So what are the main marketing strategies you use for Metacraft.pro?
So because the market is, the condition of the market, we now more concentrate on partnerships, and we're growing our community. Our community is now very big, because we have many channels, Telegram channels. So we have a lot of multi-languages communities, like we have Turkish group, we have a Russian group, we have Spanish group, Chinese group. So we developed these. By the way, we had a few very successful airdrops recently, which is, you can see the result. So we're mostly focused on this aspect now.
Awesome, thank you. So what are the educational qualifications or skills need to be improved before as a community growth manager and marketing coordinator?
Pardon me, can you repeat your question, please?
So what are the education qualifications or skills anyone needs to improve before as a community growth manager or marketing coordinator?
So you basically need to start with the marketing, to have experience with the marketing first, because it's very important to become as a community growth manager. But this is a new, it's all new. People are developing new skills now because of the new technologies. So you have to be constantly up to speed and updated what's going on. We also we're visiting a lot of events to be aware of what's going on in the market, like expositions, NFT artist events, to be in contact with their community.
Yeah, and I should also add that social media has a huge role to play, because the marketing is no longer the traditional way. You don't advertise in newspapers and TV and so on. It's mostly through social media. So people who are familiar with the power of the social media, especially Telegram and Twitter and Discord, they can leverage that for marketing. So with us, as with everyone in the market, it's a learning experience. So we're learning constantly, and but yes, you do need a marketing background, and of course, this digital media is a huge part of this. And to everyone's surprise, I think it's also quite inexpensive, compared to the traditional marketing channels. So yes, so that's the I think that the knowledge base that's needed to become a community growth manager.
That's great, really. Yeah, Natalia, please continue.
Yeah, you really have to plan and execute marketing strategies in initiatives. Nowadays, especially initiatives on this market are very important. So yeah, it should be a primary focus.
Thank you so much. Alex, Natalia, do you wish to add some more points in this podcast?
I just wanted to emphasize again the business model that we're pursuing currently. Again, we have the Metaverse, we have our gaming, we have a few games coming out, very sophisticated play-to-earn games that tying very closely with our platform, with our marketplace, and with AI engine, for example, and then with our Metaverse as well. We have a number of initiatives in the Metaverse, but more importantly, we are redefining ourselves as not simply just yet another marketplace. We have become sort of a Shopify of the NFT ecosystem, where we can provide the turnkey operations to any community, whether they want to operate independently or they want to integrate with our platform. We could do this in a matter of days. So basically, we can onboard we can have an NFT drop campaign within a few days with the with a unique domain and subdomain name and so on, and we could tie that very closely with our marketplace, or we could simply provide a new marketplace. But we have become a sort of a plug-in with a lot of other projects and a lot of other communities, gaming communities. We have gaming dev shops, who are who are developing very sophisticated gaming platforms with NFT components, and they rely on us to provide the technology. Gaming guilds have shown a lot of interest in us, so we're forming partnerships. So I think that we've created an ecosystem where we could quickly adapt to the needs of the market as it develops. And we're not going to be just another OpenSea. We're going to be something a platform that offers a lot more, including, like I said, Metaverse gaming, DAO, and of course we could do it in a very short period of time, the same way that Shopify would do it for an e-commerce operator. So the direction that we're going in is going to be very interesting, because we're going to see a huge amount of traffic coming on our website, in our environment. We've got a number of partnerships in the pipeline. We've got a number of discussions with some other communities, NFT and non-NFTs, where we are actually integrating various aspects of our platform with them. So our marketplace, our ecosystem is going to be very unique, in a sense that it's going to sort of be the hub for integrating with a number of large communities, gaming guilds, dev shops, and so on. And we're getting a lot of interest in that. So I strongly recommend your community and others to watch the development, to follow our Twitter channels. We've got a number of announcements we made in the Twitter channels. We've got a number of IDOs coming up, and we're going to have our TGE very soon, and we're going to have our MVP. So we've got quite a bit of activity in the pipeline. Obviously, we are, sort of on a holding pattern when it comes to the market, but we have developed a very sophisticated product that I think that everyone is going to be interested in and benefit from.
Thank you for giving a brief explanation and with a very clarity. And it's really interesting to know that your project has good roadmap and utilities, use cases, and everything what all a best crypto project needed. It's really amazing to know.
Yes, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yes, and yes, thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you everyone for joining today's podcast.
Thank you, everyone. So please do not forget to join Metacraft.pro channel and their chat, and do also follow their social media